Hello everyone, welcome again. Today I'm going to solve fuzzy searches and then proximity searches and regular expressions for advanced ELK queries. It is part 2, and let's start. Actually, there's nothing I have to add. So here first we have to start our attack box and machine. After we start this machine, we have to go to discover, and then we will select incident 2, okay, and then we have to select incidents, and then let's read our questions. But first, yes, I now remembered, we have to change it to Lucene by clicking on this button. I closed Kibana query language and now I use Lucene, and I made the dates last 16 years to have all the records in this index. It's not necessary to make it 16, but it's a random years actually. The point here is we have to see all the records, okay, and that's great. Okay, now we are looking our question. First questions for fuzzy searches, including the misspellings. How many incidents has Jilim handled where he misspelled the word true? How many okay. The question here is actually a little bit tricky. I think it says including the misspellings. Okay, so we will type simply incident comments here. You can see my tries here. Before I start this video, I made some example queries here to test something. Anyway, and it will be necessary, right, like that. Here in our rules, it adds something like 1. Of course, it has a meaning, but I discovered that it's not necessary to write additional fuzzy terms here, because when I do like that, it will simply search for all the true values and misspelled true words. Okay, and now I can start searching. We have totally 480 hits here, but there is another filter here, which is our user, and our user is here Jilim. You can add this filter by just clicking here, and now as you can see we have totally 110 hits, which is our answer. Let's continue with second question. How many incidents has Jilim handled where he misspelled the word negative? This time the misspellings were we are just looking for misspelled words, right? Not the all negative records. So to do that, first we have to search for negative, because I want to see how many negative value which is written correctly. Okay, if you do it like that, you will see there are totally 115 hits, and in these hits the negative words are written correctly. Of course, our team member's name is still Jilim. And now if I do it like that, I will add this sign here, and now I have also misspelled negative words, and now it increased to 119, which is it means it is 4 hits more than before. So we have totally 4 misspelled negative words, right? So the answer is 4. Before we had 115 and now we have 119. It means there are 4 records that the negative words written wrong. Now I can move on with task 6. Here, how many incidents are there when you want to look for the words data leak and true negative in the comments that are at least 3 words in between them? Okay. To solve these questions, sometimes the questions may not be clear or may be wrong. I think this is one of these parts, but still we will solve it according to the answer, no problem. Here we have proximity searches, and as you can see, there is a rule written here: file name, search term, slope value. Here log message, it is our file name, and server error. As you can see, there is only one space between server and error. And where is it? Again, server, one word, and error again. If we do it like that, 0. By the way, I made a mistake here. There is no word between here, server and error. Okay, but here we have one word and that's it, and it is detected. Anyway, here our search term is failed login, and no spaces. It means actually not no spaces, no words, no word in between them, failed and login. And here, as you can see, there is only one record, and it is no word between failed and login. So the rule works like that. Okay, here we don't have a problem actually. Now I can solve the questions. To solve these questions, but first, is there another filter here, or is it just about data leak and true negative? Yes, it seems like that. So my query will be like that. I will delete it, and I will delete also glim. Okay, and then my query will be about incidents comment again. By the way, I find this file here. It is written actually. It says incidents, so that's why I'm looking for incident comments. And here, actually, I will make an explanation here. Here we have actually 4 words, right? First 2 is data leak, and the other one is true negative. But it is one part, and this is another part. So we have totally again 2 parts here, but every part contains 2 words here. So I have to separate them with this sign here. Okay, so the Lucy can understand the parts here. If there is only 2 words here, our rule would work like that. And let's say here 2, there will be at least 2 spaces between data and leak, but here we have actually 4 words, and I will add 2 here. Now it will think like that. There will be at least 2, actually not spaces, words here, or less than 2 between data leak and true negative. So now I can solve the questions here. I'll add the second sign here, and my first part is data leak, and the second part, which is last part, is true negative, I believe. Yes. Now as you solved the line, it's great. So at least 3, right? So I have to copy this sign because I can't write it in the VM. Now let's make it 3, and now let's update. It's great. We have a problem. Incident comments. I think I wrote it correctly. What can be the mistake here? I will search for it. Incident comments. Okay, it seems true actually. Maybe is it about index? No, it is still incidents and data leak incident comments. It means like that. Okay. Incident comments. I will delete this part actually. And now, yes, it is true. I didn't write it wrong. But maybe is it about? No, it's true again. Let's enter again. Let's make it 1. Let's delete them. Okay. Oh, sorry, it is data lead. No, it has to be data lead. So let's do it like that. Actually, let's do it like that because of the copy paste problem. And now I will have the correct number of hits here. Just wait a second, I have to check my work. Okay, my scanning is working. That's great. Anyway, here we have totally 33 hits, and this is the answer and the solution of this question. Let's move on with question 2. How many incidents has A. Johnston? As you can see, we have a user filter here investigated that have the words detected and negative in the comments that are 2 words apart. Okay, now we will have another filter here, which is it will be our user. But first let's write our query. Now this time we have totally 2 words, so making like that will be enough, I believe. And then again, I'm sorry, I will need this sign. Where is it? Here. Come to your daddy, please. That's great. This time it is 2, right? Yes. But there is a trick here. Let's discover this trick. How many incidents has a that have the words? Actually, the trick is we said it already. It is our user. Let's add our user from here. It is A. Johnston, right? Yes, that's great. And totally there is 40 hits for this query, and the answer is 40. That's great. Now let's solve the last questions of part 2 for advanced ELK queries. How many incidents are there where a client list file was affected by a ransomware? Here we will use regex, and I want to say that, guys, regex are really important. It seems terrible at the beginning, but I really suggest you to learn the regex well, at least a mid-level. You have to reach a mid-level position with regex, because I saw it in Splunk configurations, scriptings. Actually, they are like assembly of how can I say, filtering, and learning this concept will be really helpful for you in your cybersecurity career, I believe. So let's don't waste your time and solve these questions. Here, to solve these questions, I will check first my index. It is still incidents, and I will use Lucene again. Okay, not Kibana query. You have to close it from here. Now my query will be like that: affected systems, affected files, file name. Okay. By the way, of course, I didn't have no idea about these files because I didn't write these configurations for Kibana for logs, I have searched before making this video, so I know where I know where to look at. Okay, so it is like that, and our main words here is client list, and our regex is dot and this wildcard. If you want a regex, you have to use 2/ and you have to write your regex between them, and then I added my regex here, and it means client links, and after anything comes, but at the beginning of this list there has to be a client list or a word. There has to be a or string. Let's say it's better. At the beginning of the string, there has to be a client list, and then nothing, anything else. But there is another filter here, which is was affected by ransomware. So there will be an incident type, right? And our incident type will be ransomware. And now, as you can see here, the yellow parts for first part of query, and the second actually ransomwares for this query, and client list and timestamps are for this one. And as you can see, every yellow part here, which is for this query, begins with client list, and after that anything else, and totally we have 70 hits. And let's solve the last question of part 2. What is the name of the affected system at the earliest incident date that EVANIS investigated? Here we have again user filter investigated with a file name containing the word project. File name. Now, as you can see, it is our second filter actually. And to solve these questions, our query will be, let's do it like that and delete it. Our file name will begin with actually it won't begin with project, it has to contain project. So project may be in the middle, maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end. So that's why I use it. I'm writing it between these signs, okay? Dot and wildcard and project, and dot and wildcard again. It means it can be anything before or after project, but there has to be a project in this log, in that log, okay? It can be at the beginning, it can be at the middle, and it can be at the end of the log. And as you can see, what I mean is here, maybe it will be a record like that because we are searching for file name and they are for file name, but I don't know. It says it contains, okay? Actually, here we can think like that too. I don't know, I don't know, or I didn't, but the logic is better like that, okay? It is better like that because it doesn't say here at the beginning or at the end or in the middle, but it worked for us to solve this first question, but maybe in real life it won't work. So it will be better to use it like that anyway. And our team members, let's write it this time, not select from available files, and it has to be EVANIS, I believe. And now let's update. And now we have 81 hits here. But the question was asking about what is the name of the affected system at the earliest incident. So we have to find the first incident actually for this query. Okay, and now as you can see here, this log is actually the last record for this query. So I have to go down and down and down, but I won't do it. There is a chart here, there's a graph here, and as you can see, it is the latest record time and it is the earliest record time. I will select this column, and now I have totally 6 records here, which is easier to find the first record. And now I will go down. I was already here. So I'm in the correct place. I select the first part of the graph, which is the early state. Okay, and now I have 5 actually, not 6, 5, but it says 6, but sorry, they are here. We have 2 records. Anyway, totally I have 6 records, and it is easier to go down within 6 records anyway. And now I have to find system name, and the system name here is, as you can see, the system name for the earliest record for this query is file server 78. It is the final answer of final question. And now I finished. I hope I could help you guys. Take care of yourselves. And see you in the next solution videos. Goodbye.